Accsoon Cineview 4K Master Review. Hey everyone, today I'm doing a 1-month review of the Accsoon Cineview Master 4K paired with the optional V-Lock adapter. I've used this system with my FX6 for over the last 30 days, primarily for narrative shoots, cinematic work, interviews, and on professional sets. The question I want to answer: how has it actually held up in real-world use? And how does it stack up against big names like the Teradek Bolt 4K? Let me share what I've learned. If you're finding value in these real-world long-term reviews, hit the subscribe button. Thank you so much. Let's talk about the build quality and power integration. Build quality is rock solid. CNC aluminum construction with well-protected in and out ports and confidence-inspiring feel. At around 322 grams per unit, it's not ultra light, but remains super manageable for most rigs. The antennas do add a little bit of bulk, but the optional V-Lock adapter offers ingenious solutions for FX6 users. The adapter lets you mount the Cineview Master transmitter right between the camera and your V-mount battery. This creates a beautiful, balanced, integrated setup that just works for professional applications. I thought this would create a thermal nightmare hotspot right by the shoulder, but more on that later. Let's talk about latency and transmission quality. Accsoon's RTMS 4.0 Triband system is rated for up to 2.5 kilometer line of sight range. In particular use, I've seen consistent performance out to about 400 meters in real-world environments, which easily meets most production needs. Latency measures around 25 milliseconds at 1080p and 35 milliseconds at 4K 60. Perfectly acceptable for on-set monitoring and even some focus pulling applications. Image quality has been super reliable, clean transmission with minimal dropout and no noticeable compression artifacts, even when moving through areas with RF interference. Let's talk about the in and outs and the app workflow. Both the transmitter and the receiver units feature SDI and HDMI 2.0 connections, providing awesome flexibility for integration with various cameras and monitors. The Accsoon app provides wireless monitoring capabilities for tablets and phones, along with LUT application settings, management, and battery monitoring. This has proven incredibly useful for directors and clients who need remote monitoring access. For interviews and narrative work, the wireless flexibility has a really simplified setup process and has enabled multiple monitoring configurations without additional hardware. Field use and thermal performance. After a month of regular use, thermal performance truly stands out. When mounted between the FX6 and a V-mount battery with limited airflow, the unit remains cool to the touch even during extended operation. This contrasts with some competing systems that can become quite warm during use, potentially causing handling discomfort and raising questions about long-term reliability. The thermal management appears exceptionally well designed, requiring no active cooling while maintaining comfortable operating temperatures. If you're getting value from this kind of detailed practical breakdown, hit that subscribe button. It really helps me to continue making content like this. Let's talk about value and comparison considerations. So at around $849 for the transmitter and receiver kit, plus about $119 for the V-Lock adapter, the total investment remains significantly below comparable Teradek Bolt 4K systems, which typically cost 2 to 3 times more. The Teradek Bolt 4K does offer lower latency and potentially better performance in challenging RF environments. However, for most production scenarios I've encountered with the FX6, the Accsoon system has easily met performance requirements at considerably lower costs. The thermal advantage and price differential make an incredibly interesting option for budget-conscious productions that still require reliable wireless monitoring. Let's talk about the strengths and limitations. Key strengths I've seen: reliable 4K 60 transmission capability, acceptable latency for most monitoring applications, good real-world range performance, outstanding thermal management during extended use, clean V-Lock integration option, comprehensive app with cool features, huge price advantage over premium competitors. Some limitations to consider: the antenna's bulk effects. The bulk of the antenna affects portability. A 30-60 second boot up time requires a bit of workflow planning. The app connection process needs a touch of attention to detail. The accessory costs do add up, though the total still remains competitive. Best use cases. This system appears perfectly suited for independent production seeking professional wireless monitoring without the premium pricing. It works brilliantly for narrative shoots, interviews, and commercial work, where reliable transmission matters more than absolute minimum latency. The V-Lock integration makes it particularly appealing for FX6 and similar camera systems where balanced rigging is important. Productions already invest in V-mount battery systems will find that the adapter integration is super valuable for maintaining clean, professional setups. After 1 month of professional use with the FX6, the Accsoon Cineview Master 4K with V-Lock adapter has proven to be a seriously capable wireless monitoring solution that delivers reliable performance at a competitive price point. While it has some workflow considerations, boot time, and antenna size, the performance, thermal management, and integration options effectively address real production needs. For production seeking professional wireless monitoring capabilities without premium pricing, this system offers a viable alternative that truly performs well in most real-world scenarios. I hope this breakdown helps you evaluate whether this system might work for your production needs. Wireless monitoring can significantly improve on-set efficiency and collaboration, and options like this make it so much more accessible. I am the Chef Gal, and you just got the recipe.